Hello and welcome to what is attempt number 2 at episode 33 of Kingdom Hearts. I deleted the first version. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what happened. I didn't think that I had deleted the source files. Apparently I had. So what I've done instead is I've gone into the theatre mode and I'm going to show you all of the FMVs that you've missed out on, because unfortunately we did actually manage to complete the Neverland part of the story. We fought Shadow Sora, we fought a flying ship, we learned how to fly, we fought Captain Hook. It was epic. It was 45 minutes and it's in the rubbish now and I'm gutted, but here you are. Here are all of the highlights from theatre mode to bring you up to speed on what happened in Neverland. So first of all, we got to Captain Hook's quarters, found Riku, who then disappeared and led us with this headache to sort out. Shadow Sora is a pain in the arse. He splits into 3 different versions of himself. He's got a very powerful attack. Luckily in the end we were able to defeat him after much rolling around and a couple of retries. He wasn't as difficult as he could be, but he exploited a few weaknesses in animations, in pauses like that, and there we are. So then we get a little animation with Peter showing that he does actually care about people. He's not going to fight with us, but he needs to take care of Wendy, so off he goes. And to be honest, this was the point where I started softening on my feelings for him. He's not such a douchebag after all.
Quite a codfish, that Riku, running off with that girl without even saying goodbye.
Captain Hook, I had so many problems with this fight. The first part of the fight, deceptively easy. You think to yourself, well, there must be something else coming. And you'd be absolutely right. So first up, you take on a flying ship, a bunch of these Buccaneer types, and also a bunch of Buccaneer types that have wings. It's weird. They almost look like Wingnut from the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series from the 80s. But yeah, it was a fairly easy fight to begin with, and then it became very difficult, and I think I ended up making 3 or 4 attempts at taking out Captain Hook.
It's him, the crocodile that took me hand. Oh, Smee, he's after me other hand. I can't stay here. Go away. Oh, I can't stand the sight of him. Smee, you take care of them.
Now this is a moment of real faith on the part of Sora, because yeah, he's been sprayed with pixie dust and he can see that Peter Pan can fly, but jumping off a plank and falling towards the hungry mouth of a crocodile, that takes a lot of trust, especially in a kid who up until now has been a complete douchebag. But there you go, he can fly, and so can Donald, and so can Goofy. And the flying mechanic very similar to how swimming worked in The Little Mermaid. So there's that. You know, it's good to see that that is something that's carried over. Also, we got a shared ability called Glide, which allows you to kind of, well, glide around. You jump in the air, and while you're in the air, you press the circle button, hold it down, and you can glide around.
They walk the plank, every last one of them.
It's a good impression from Peter. Cheeky little bastard sticks Hook up the arse with his knife then. So yeah, that's a handy little ability to be given. We picked up a couple of other
Now it's your turn to walk the plank.
attacks. There's one called Ars something or other. Ars Actu, I can't remember now, but it's 4 AP to equip it, so we're going to have to equip that in a later episode. You'll certainly see when that happens. Look, Captain Hook doing a bloody motorboat impersonation there, and not the fun type.
Oh, Kyrie couldn't wake up, so maybe she's really lost her.
Goofy's fantastic at sticking his foot in it.
I still can't believe it. It really flew. Wait till I tell Kyrie. I wonder if she'll believe me. Probably not.
You can bring her to Neverland sometime. Then she can try it herself.
If you believe, you can do anything, right? I'll find Kyrie. I know I will. There's so much I want to tell her about flying, the pirates, and everything else that's happened.
What's that, Tink? What about the clock tower?
Is
You
the
say
old
there's something
Flipper
there.
moment. What's that, Flipper? Or what was the name of Skippy? Was that Skippy? Helicopter crash? How can you tell what's fucking happened from what a kangaroo can intimate to you? It's ridiculous. So, in this section, you arrive at the clock tower and there's a little split in the FMV. Before this keyhole will appear, you actually have to knock all of the clock faces in alignment. 3 of them are showing 12 midnight and the other one is showing 1:45 midnight, so you just have to knock the minute hand up to the 12 position. Problem is, it's a bit fiddly and it took me a while until I could find that sweet spot to hit it. Frustrating, but fairly simple. Then we get a flashback to Sora and Riku back on the island. And even back then, there's something not quite right about Riku. Big old keyhole. It's becoming obvious that we may have to return to the island at some point if it's still in one piece.
It was reckless to bring her here without at least using a vessel. Remember, relying too heavily on the dark powers could cost you your heart.
His overconfidence is going to cost him. Looking at how he's acting,
A
not using
castaway.
ships or anything like that to get back to the castle.
Though his world
Relying on using
perished,
the dark
his
magic,
heart
the
did
shadow
more.
power, the heartless power, whatever it is.
When we took the princess
Now,
from
this
his
stowaway, I
castle,
posited
you
in my
apparently
original
followed
recording
her
that it
here
could
through
be the
sheer
Beast from
force of
Beauty and the
will.
Beast.
But fear not.
Just because it's someone who owns a castle,
No
it's a
harm
bit of a
will come
roar,
to you.
which makes you think it's got to be some sort of animal.
He is
So
no
I'm
match for your
thinking
power.
possibly that it is
My
the
power?
Beast.
Yes, the untapped power that lies within you. Now, child, it's time you awakened that power and realized your full potential.
Yeah, green emanating from every pore of your body is not a good look, and I don't think it's
Are you really
possibly
going back to
a good thing.
Neverland?
Afraid so. But we can see each other anytime. As long as you don't forget about Neverland, that is.
Oh, I'll never forget about Neverland, Peter. Donald really kind of winding Tink up there.
Oh boy, she's getting steamed again. Do me a favor. Look after her for me, will ya?
And now we get Tink as a summon, and I have no idea what she's going to do for us. But there we go. So, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.